Greetings, Internet. Welcome to the second half of 2012. I come here today to propose an experiment. Listen carefully and pay close attention. All across this planet, we've seen devastating natural disasters, record-breaking temperatures, dying crops, torrential downpours leaving millions without homes in one part of the world, and droughts suffocating millions in another. There are hurricanes, bigger than we've ever seen this early in the year. Record-breaking numbers of earthquakes and tornadoes, plagues of locusts, plagues of mysterious sickness, spiders taking over entire towns, massive sinkholes, indefinable sounds, and massive animal deaths the world round. And even those are just the tip of the iceberg. Economies are crumbling on a global scale. Many of the world's richest men are abandoning their jobs at an unprecedented rate. Top-level CEOs, politicians, and bankers are all leaving their careers behind at the same time. Why? Because they know something you don't. They are preparing for something tremendous. These bankers are destroying virtually every aspect of our planet, and stifling our progress as a species. They march our military forces into countries they don't belong in, to kill people that deserve to live, in the interest of drugs and oil. This country is over $15 trillion in debt, a near unfathomable amount of money. And the vast majority of it is spent on wasted wars and unnecessary goods and services we can't afford. Absurd amounts of money are being spent on drones that will patrol the sky above you, to make sure that you are not stepping out of line. Millions are wasted on bills to be passed that rob you of your privacy, of your comfort, and your natural-born rights as an American citizen. Other countries are seeing such bills as well. Your tax dollars are being spent to ship large amounts of illegal drugs into this country, and to ship even larger amounts of weapons out. Your tax dollars, instead of being spent on improving this country on things such as education, roads, and crucial research, are used to chip away at the massive growing mountain of debt accrued by these top-level bankers. In short, the earth is falling apart. The system is tearing at the seams. Millions are protesting corrupt governments every day. Hundreds die due to unjust wars and cartels and poisonous medicine and improper treatments every passing minute. Entire populations starve and scavenge each and every day just to keep living. And millions upon millions of people, the globe round, are waking up to the fact that something just isn't right with the way our world is run. Now we're trapped in a perpetual cycle of debt on this planet. We are, all of us, from birth, led to a downward spiral of consumerism and greed by the television and those who use it to impose these ideals upon unsuspecting citizens. You and everyone you know is caught in a vast web of lies, in a massive tangle of physical poison and mental interference that keeps you from knowing a very important underlying truth. That truth is that someone on this planet believes they own you. There is a human being out there who sees himself as better than you, and he thinks he owns you like a slave due to a twisted system of taxes and debt that stretches to the farthest corners of the earth. That person I'm referring to, this is an evil man with so much money he fancies himself fit to choose our fate. This person has a say in every little thing that goes on in your world. This person allows and endorses genetic modifications to your food. This person decides which of his favorite destabilizing drugs will be put into your water. This person places deadly climate-changing agents into your atmosphere, and he keeps the world-changing technology of free, pure, and infinite energy a closely guarded secret. This is the person who wages wars in your country's name, whether or not you agreed to it. This is the person who promises you the American dream is still going strong, when over half of the people in the United States are currently living in a home that counts on government assistance, where the unemployment rate is at its highest since the Great Depression, where its money is devaluating with every ticking second. This man tells you you live in the best country in the world, when in reality it's the most medicated, most disillusioned, most indebted country in all of history. This is the same exact person that tells you credit cards are your personal square plastic savior, a wonderful device to be used whenever possible. This person, he personally hands you the mortgage for your nice new home. He approved that loan for your fancy new car, and he lent you a bit of money to get through college. This person is the same lying snake that told you the war in the Middle East was going well. And he's the same man that told you that 9/11 was a horrible terrorist tragedy, when really his greedy hand was the one that pulled those towers down. This man and his associates own and control the weapons, the clothing, the food, the water, the electricity, the energy, the oil, the drugs, the army, the government, the medicine, the technology. He's got the power to write laws he doesn't have to follow. He passes bills he needn't abide by, and he brings strife, hunger, death upon all the people of this planet with a grin. This man tells you that your life is good, that your food is healthy, that your water is okay to drink. He tells you that the nightly news is telling the truth. He claims that your government loves you and has your best interest at heart, that he's doing all he can to save the bleeding global economy, when really, he's spending his time kicking out its crutches. He tells us that there's a solution to the global depression we're heading into, when from the start, it was a mathematical certainty that it would collapse. Our economic system was rigged from the start, engineered to fail, and this man tells us the current system will prevail. This man does everything in his power to keep you believing that you are a happy and free person. This man kicks back and laughs from a throne atop a golden pyramid where he sips the blood of innocent people from the skulls of those he wronged. You've all seen the symbolism, and if you haven't, check the back of your dollar bill. He uses the pyramid design for a reason. He likes to think of himself above all things. He believes he is above the law, above our judicial system, and above reason and good nature, and worst of all, above the human race. This is not true. The capstone where he resides is uncomfortably small, and shrinking even as you read these words. As you make your way down this pyramid, brick by brick, you start to realize just how large it is, and what it's really made of. We, the people, are the bricks that shape this pyramid and keep it steady. We are the mortar and toil that form and support symbolic structure, and we alone have the power to deconstruct it simply by walking away. Strength in numbers is one of the most powerful forces known to man, and I can assure you we outnumber these people at the top of the pyramid, millions, if not billions, to one. As broken, separated activists, we're nothing, a mere pimple. But as a single, undulating angry mass, we could do anything. We, the people, should have a final say in what goes on with this planet, but the fact of the matter is, we don't. Your vote has never counted. The process of voting is a scam and a distraction to make you think you've made a difference when you haven't. Not yet, anyway. Our presidents are hand-selected by the same man living in that golden capstone, as are the changes they implement. In short, the President of the United States of America is a little more than a puppet, a regurgitating doll spewing forth the ideals, laws, and rhetoric that a controlling class chooses. So I ask you, as a fellow citizen, what is to be done when our governments no longer have a say in what goes on in the world they supposedly govern? It's time we stood for something. How many of us are sitting down, compliant as house pets every day, wasting our time watching TV, playing video games, and sidling idly by while events are transpiring that threaten the lives of each and every living thing on this planet? It's time to toss your television out to the garbage where it belongs since creation. It's time to demand a change in the way our food is produced and in the way our laws are written. It's time we brought our troops home from countries they shouldn't be in. It's time we, as citizens of this planet, came together to save it. It's time to rise up from our couches, our beds, our recliners, cut these malignant societal tumors from our heads. It's time for a massive overhaul to the way this society is run. The system as it is now has officially crumbled, and as a matter of fact it was designed to do so. The stones are falling, and they're falling fast, and we need to act before they come crashing down upon our heads and our homes. The people in power know what lies ahead. They're planning to use the coming monetary collapse and ensuing chaos as a means to their own perverted ends. The people of this world who claim to bring truth and prosperity lie to us on a daily basis, and it's time to wake up to that fact. Admit it. Deep down, you can feel that something just isn't right, that something needs to change. I come here to spread an idea, a powerful idea, the simple idea that you as an individual are much stronger than you give yourself credit for. That you, as an individual, when connected by this idea to other like-minded individuals, can accomplish anything you want. A powerful idea, once spread, cannot be forgotten, cannot be unlearned. What you have to understand is that an idea such as this is the single most frightening, dangerous thing to these people in power. When the vast majority finally come to terms with the fact that they are not in any sense of the word free, when people learn how poisoned their minds and bodies are, when the vast majority of people finally learn their true potential, we will become unstoppable. This idea that the human individual can become one of the most compelling forces known to man simply through strength in numbers, if handled diligently, is all this planet needs to pry the boot of injustice from its back and return to its rightful place on its own 2 feet. Now for that experiment I first mentioned. It's very easy, and requires little effort from you at this stage. All I ask is that you spread this message, these truths and ideas in any way possible. You may copy and paste this message, you may link this video, you may spread it throughout the ranks of the internet, you can retell this speech, you can print it out and leave copies wherever you see fit. You can put it on a USB and leave it somewhere to be found. Or you can simply tell your friends and loved ones these things. Do whatever you can in your power that you're comfortable with, to get this message out to as many people as humanly possible, as quickly as possible. For I believe that once these ideas reach enough people, The foundation will start to shake and crack all on its own. The ripples created will ride across the planet to bring about a great and powerful change. Feel free to alter the messages you see fit. Feel free to add to the messages you see fit. All I ask is that you keep the underlying truth there. The truth that we are not living as prosperously as we should as a species, such high intelligence and imagination, and that there are very real forces out there that work only to keep each and every individual person on this earth below their full potential. Drastic, life-altering changes will be coming, but the question remains, are you going to bring about that change? Or will you let them do it?